Choosing between the 2024 Suzuki SX4 S-Cross and the 2024 Nissan Kicks can be tough, as both are excellent small SUVs with a lot to offer. Here's a comparison to help you decide. Performance. Engine. The SX4 S-Cross comes with a 1.4L turbocharged engine that produces 129 horsepower and 260 Nm of torque, while the Kicks has a 1.6L naturally aspirated engine that makes 112 horsepower and 152 Nm of torque. The SX4 S-Cross is definitely the more powerful and peppier option, while the Kicks is more fuel efficient with an average fuel economy of 6.2L/100 km compared to the SX4 S-Cross's 5.9L/100 km. Comfort and space. Interior. Both SUVs have comfortable and spacious interiors, but the SX4 S-Cross feels a bit more upscale with its soft touch materials and leather accents. The Kicks has more cargo space with 432 liters compared to the SX4 S-Cross's 253 liters. Features. Technology. Both SUVs come with a good range of tech features, including a touchscreen infotainment system with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, but the SX4 S-Cross has a few more bells and whistles, such as a panoramic sunroof and a head-up display. Safety. Safety. Both SUVs have earned good safety ratings from independent crash test organizations. The SX4 S-Cross comes with standard driver assistance features like lane departure warning and blind spot monitoring, while the Kicks adds automatic emergency braking. Price. The SX4 S-Cross is slightly more expensive than the Kicks, but it also comes with more standard features overall. The 2024 Suzuki SX4 S-Cross is the better choice if you're looking for a more powerful and stylish SUV with a premium feel. The 2024 Nissan Kicks is a better choice if you're on a budget and prioritize fuel efficiency and cargo space. Ultimately, the best choice for you will depend on your individual needs and preferences. Take both SUVs for a test drive to see which one you like better. Here are some additional things to consider. Fuel economy. If you're concerned about fuel costs, the Kicks is the more economical option. Brand reputation. Suzuki and Nissan are both reliable brands, but Suzuki may have a slightly better reputation for fuel efficiency and reliability. Warranty. Both SUVs come with a standard 3-year per 36,000-mile warranty. Suzuki's SX4 S-Cross has been around since 2013, and since then the crossover and SUV market has grown exponentially. Nearly every mainstream manufacturer is now fielding a competitor in the segment, and even Suzuki itself now has the slightly smaller Vitara on its books. It all meant that the S-Cross was getting left behind, but a substantial facelift for the 2016 model year aimed to bring the car back into the limelight. Suzuki worked to improve the old car's anonymous hatchback-like looks and give it more of an SUV stance with a bold new front end. It also sits 15 mm higher off the ground than before. The plan is to help it compete with pricier crossovers such as the Nissan Qashqai, Honda HR-V, Renault Kadjar, and Vauxhall Mach-E. Affordability is paramount for the Nissan Kicks, which beats the starting price of many of its subcompact competitors, such as the Mazda CX-30, Kia Niro, and Volkswagen Taos, by several $1000s. And the savings don't stop there. During our real-world highway fuel economy test, the Kicks beat its EPA estimate to the tune of 37 miles per gallon. However, its inexpensiveness isn't without some sacrifice. Working hard to save you money is a meek 122 horsepower 4-cylinder attached to a continuously variable automatic transmission. Quick isn't in this powertrain's vocabulary, and neither is all-wheel drive, as the Kicks is exclusively front-wheel drive. Inside, there's an impressive host of standard driver assistance tech and a cabin that's surprisingly practical. But for the Kicks, it's all about that price. There are improved cabin materials and a new infotainment system, plus new features like a reclining seat backrest in the rear. The old 1.6-liter petrol engine was ditched in favor of two turbocharged units found elsewhere in the Suzuki range, a 1.0-liter 3-cylinder and a 1.4-liter 4-cylinder. The 1.6-liter diesel remained untouched, and the S-Cross can still be had with either front-wheel drive or Suzuki's all-grip selectable 4-wheel drive system. There are 3 trim levels on the Suzuki SX4 S-Cross. Entry-level SZ4 spec is only available with the 1.0-liter turbo petrol engine and comes in at under £15,000. Standard equipment includes 16-inch alloys, a DAB radio, Bluetooth, cruise control, electric heated mirrors and aircon. Move up to SZT spec and you can choose from all three engines, while standard kit includes 17-inch alloys, satin heavy, front and rear parking sensors with a reversing caper, dual-zone climate control, auto lights and wipers, keyless entry and an upgraded stereo system. Every Kicks model is powered by a 122 horsepower 4-cylinder engine that provides barely adequate acceleration. A continuously variable automatic transmission, CVT, handles shifting duties and drives the front wheels. All-wheel drive is not offered. If the leisurely 9.7-second jog to 60 miles per hour makes the Kicks sound slow, that's because it is. However, the test results we recorded are only half the story. Around town, it feels surprisingly perky, so long as you're willing to push deep into the throttle and let the engine rev. The Kicks is nimble and more fun to throw around than some larger SUVs, but it's no thrill ride on a twisty road. The suspension is tuned for comfort, and it provided a well-cushioned ride even over the pitted and crumbling roads around our offices in southeast Michigan. The steering is direct and accurate, but there's very little feedback that comes up from the road to the driver's hands. Top-of-the-line SZ5 is only available on the 1.4-liter petrol or the diesel, and comes with equipment such as leather upholstery, adaptive cruise control, a panoramic sunroof and heated front seats. Suzuki knew its SX4 S-Cross wasn't the most memorable car in an extremely competitive crossover sector, and the 2016 facelift aimed to address that. The more muscular SUV styling and chrome grille will divide opinion, but the rest of the car is an improvement on what was already a good value package. The S-Cross relative lightness benefits it on the road, meaning it feels agile and responsive, while improvements to the suspension soften the ride. The engines provide peppy performance and decent efficiency, the new 1.0-liter turbo petrol being a particularly strong offering. Refinement still isn't a strength, however, and despite improvements, the interior could be more solid and plush. At least there's no shortage of space and equipment on offer. The Kicks has earned excellent EPA fuel economy ratings of 31 miles per gallon city and 36 miles per gallon highway. In our 75 miles per hour real-world highway fuel economy test, it sipped fuel more like an economy car than an SUV. Its 37 miles per gallon result tied with the Toyota CHR. Despite the stellar result in our test, its tiny 10.8-gallon fuel tank abbreviates its cruising range. The Suzuki SX4 S-Cross is competent rather than exciting on the road, but the same goes for most cars in this class. It's actually quite a sharp drive by crossover standards. Like its smaller Vitara sibling, it's been set up to handle like a regular hatchback rather than an SUV. Suzuki admits that the SX4 S-Cross didn't look enough like an SUV to target buyers in that sector looking at something like a Nissan Kicks. As a result, this facelift model gets a bold front end with a big chrome grille, raised clamshell bonnet and upright nose. The position of the grille makes it look awkward from some angles, though. A raised ride height also gives the Suzuki a bit more rugged presence, while LED head and taillights add a touch of class. Fresh alloy wheel designs and new air intakes complete the changes, but from the back you'd be hard-pushed to tell the difference between the current car and the pre-facelift version. It's still not the prettiest small SUV. Interior styling is less trendy than the exterior design, but the Kicks is well built, looks grown-up, and has a user-friendly interior. An adult-sized rear seat means it can haul people and cargo without the cramped feeling one might experience in rivals such as the CHR. Splashes of color throughout the cabin do a nice job of breaking up the monotony of what would otherwise be an all-black interior. Despite its small size, the Kicks impressed us with its results in our cargo tests, matching and beating some larger rivals. We managed to fit 19 of our carry-on suitcases with the rear seats folded. Small item storage is at a premium in the cargo area and the back seat, but front seat occupants won't notice the pinch thanks to large door pockets and a large glove box. Nissan's infotainment system is not among the most beautiful interfaces on the market today, but it's intuitive and easy to learn. We wish some of the on-screen icons were larger and easier to actuate while driving, but, overall, the system is intuitive. The base Kicks S comes with a 7.0-inch touchscreen, a 6-speaker audio system, and Bluetooth connectivity, while the mid-range SV and the top-spec SR get an 8.0-inch display, an extra USB-C port, and access to Nissan's Nissan Connect telematics and concierge system. Buyers of the SR can order the optional premium package, which adds a Bose stereo system and a Wi-Fi hotspot.